Hello, Ben Hartmann here, Clay Bonham Farm. And I'm with my friend Romain from Terrateck.
Hey Ben, good to be here.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
So when it comes to cultivation, it's all about context and choosing the right tool for the right conditions. And Romain, why don't you explain these three tools? They become some of my favorite tools for cultivating on our micro farm, and I want to share them with the rest of you. Romain, explain what we have here.
Yeah, so thanks for welcoming us. I mean, this farm is just wonderful. And what I see here is tool combination. It's like very important, I think, on small scale farming, where you have to cultivate between the rows, but main of the problem is still the rows. And getting a good tool combination give you the best opportunity to avoid weeds on the beds. So today, Ben, you have the wheel weeder to go inter-row cultivations, which is a really, you can explain a bit how you use it, but on our side, I mean, it's a really quick inter-rows cultivating tool.
Yeah. Sure, I was explaining to Romain earlier, the thing I like about this tool is we have so much staff turnover in farming. This is a tool you can train. I can train someone in about 30 seconds how to use, and it's easy to adjust for whatever height the person is. And also, it's really two tools in one. We have a sharp blade here that's going to slice underneath our root, and it is very sturdy. You can take out really well-established roots and weeds, and then it has a wheel that's going to throw a bit of dirt on top of those weeds so they don't grow again. One of the biggest frustrations I have is going out with a hoe, slicing underneath your weeds. They lay on the surface and you think you're done, and then it rains overnight, and by next morning you've got that same crop of weeds to deal with again. So this takes care of that problem. To me, this has been the #1 most powerful cultivating tool, frankly, that I've ever used, and I would highly recommend it. I'll just demo it on a patch between our fall onions here. You can see how easy this is to use. All I'm doing is balancing the tool and walking. And very quick and easy in one pass, and it just took care of a whole ton of weeds. So what do we have next?
Yeah, and so as soon as you have done that inter-row cultivation, you still have those weeds on the rows, like here. Yeah, you got it, but we still have some weeds on the rows to kill. So the best tool I have on the Terrateck toolbox is that Torsion weeder. Like Torsion weeder, it's a decade old tool. So the tool combination with the Torsion weeder is a really great tool to catch the weeds on the rows. So you do the inter-rows with the wheel weeder, and then the next path will be done with the Torsion weeder. So the Torsion weeder, it's like two pieces of wire which are crossing each other's, and then each time you cross a plant, so the wire is gonna open slightly, and you're gonna catch all the weeds close to the plants. You can use the torsion with the L blade, or you can flip the blade to just use the torsion, only the torsion. I don't know if I'm clear, but
well, go ahead and flip the blade here so they can see how that works. I find for me, I have trouble chewing gum and walking at the same time, doing two things at once. By flipping the blades, I'm just focusing on the torsion part, and I don't have to worry about the blades, but the blades can be useful too. They do require a bit more coordination.
Yeah, it depends if you need the blade or not, but you can flip the blade or use the blade.
I would say we call these spring hoes too in the U.S. is another name for them. And like he was saying, they're great for those. Like my wheel weeder got most of the weeds, but there are some weeds tucked in right next to the plant. And this one is gonna work some magic and actually get those weeds that are real close to the plant. So the wheel weeder was not able to.
Let's do the row. So you put the torsion weeder on the rows, a bit pressure on the handle. This is quite important to get some.
Yeah, you see how when they hit the plant, they're going to move.
Yeah, so put a bit pressure on the torsion and then go. And I'm going to stop, and you can watch here. We get that little width, pull off a bit, and all the white roots will be and if you do not have enough tension on the wire, you can just adjust a bit by hand and cultivate again. And we get some satisfaction at the end because some weeds stay on the wire. So
sure, it's fun to kill weeds, isn't it? So in the case of these onions especially, we've done after you've done some round of cultivation, it's nice to hill them, and especially after cultivating, the soil is already a little bit loose. But why don't you tell us what we have here on this wonderful French Terrateck wheel hoe?
Yeah, so here we have the biodisc mounted on the double wheel hose. That tool is a great tool to hill some ground on the rows and cover the weeds with ground. So it's a very quick walking tools. It doesn't require a lot of power to pull, and so at least after the inter-row cultivation, the torsion weeder, you just hill some ground on the rows to cover and just end the cultivating. And you just push. It's very quick.
And it looks like we have a nice 2 or 3 inch hill. In the case of onions, green onions, for my chefs, they're going to have a nice long white shank, which is what they want on those onions, the long white bulbing part. I will note that timing is everything, of course, in farming and especially cultivation. These are a little bit maybe on the young side. It might have been better to wait a week or two, let them get a little bigger. Did maybe cover or topple a few, but it's just a small percentage. But on onions especially, it seems like this tool will be a great way to both kill weeds and give you some dirt up around the roots.
And we can see here where we have the inter-row cultivation, the torsion weeder did the job and killed a bit some weeds, and at the end we just hilled some ground on the rows. So we have no more weed. We do not see any more weeds nearly. Oh no, it's down. So.
Yeah, if you look hard, you'll find a weed, but we've got most of them here with some
most of them,
pretty efficient professional tools for the small scale market grower, the serious home gardener who wants to grow a lot of food with less work.